Hi all, welcome to another Chess24 Banter Blitz. So it's Sunday, 12:30 PM UK time. I'll just mute over here, and I want a warm-up challenge. So I've seen Audisto has challenged, but I'm going to delay that for a moment. But let's play Fenneman first. I just need a warm-up game to start off with. Hi Fenneman. But I'm going to get back to you, Audisto, after this. He's just a very, very tough opponent. And I just need to make sure I'm in first gear. No offense to Fenneman, who's also quite dangerous. But okay, let's see. So I want to clamp down on d4. And this system, I know I've compromised that d5 square, but on the other hand, if I can play f5, f4, that's the basic plan. It's you kind of accept this downside. Which reminds me, I think Magnus Carlsen says something about the Dutch Stonewall, that you kind of accept it's got weaknesses, but things can only get better after. Here, there's a slight concern that if I play f4, you know, that knight h2 could be handy for bishop g4. But I think I'm going to take that risk. Maybe there's h5. If knight h2 is on the board, possibly h5. Okay, I'm less convinced it's going to be played, actually. Now, I'm slightly less convinced knight h2 for bishop g4 is going to be played. You do get this plan. Quite often... I'm gambling on stuff, aren't I? I'm going to be punished strategically. I've just been gambling. It's quite often a common plan in the King's Indian. So credit to Fenneman finding this. This is what I'm worried about, because I've got all my pawns on dark squares. It's a very, very logical plan to weaken me further on the light squares. Very, very logical plan. Tactically, I'm threatening f3 potentially. I think I'll get this tempo and play f3. The beauty of the knight on d4, it does reassure me to have a knight on d4 here with tempo, because it is covering things like e6. So, you know, knight d4 after queen g4, I don't have to worry too much about queen e6. So maybe knight f3. If the knight moves, maybe there's knight e2. So this could get interesting, but I can't kick that queen that easily. Okay, he's allowed this f3. The thing is, yeah, if the knight moves, I get knight e2 check here, which I think is good if I want to pop into f4 later. So, for example, the king moves. Well, if it moves, okay, now I think this is fun for me. Bit of fun to be had here. Except, it's not that concrete, is it? Yeah, maybe bishop f6 and try and blast h4 down. Now knight d5 could be a nuisance. Knight d5. Bishop takes, pawn takes. Gives king g3 as an opportunity. So queen d8, king g3 would defend there. Otherwise that would be quite dangerous. The immediate knight d5, if I want to keep on this diagonal, bishop d8, but it's not ideal. He could take on d4 and have a monster knight, actually. So actually, I'm thinking knight e2, force him to sack the exchange. I should expect this exchange sack. But I don't want to be left in the position where, you know, bishop takes this gigantic knight. Okay. I could take on h4 here, because the king g3 resource has been removed for a moment. G takes, queen d8. There's no king g3. There's no king g1. There's knight e2, queen h4. So I'm thinking this is fun. I think this is fun. If he wants to take on e2, yes, he can. Knight for knight. I've slightly dented his king side. f2's attacked. Probably, you know, rook f3 is interesting after queen e2. If takes, I can double rooks, rook f1, g3, hg, queen g4 threatens potentially rook f2. So actually, you know, I think this is a fun plan. I'm going to pursue this bishop sack. I think it's a fun plan. Rook f8, g3, queen g4. If the rook's on f1, well, it just looks too dangerous because the bishop is not helping the king's side. I think this looks too dangerous for white. This position here, I'm hoping it's too dangerous for white. In fact, here, just to get a pawn safely without king g3, and it's on f2, then g3 after. Let's see, fg, queen g3, queen g2. I think this is too dangerous, basically, this position. There's rook f2 picking up the queen. On king g3, I think queen f6. So I'm holding at f5, queen f4 now threatens. Bishop c1, queen f3, actually mate is mate as well, threatens. Yeah, king g4, queen f3. Thanks for the game, Fenneman. Okay, bit of a warm-up, thanks. Oh, I got a good lineup here. Okay, Audisto. Oh, we've had some. I keep getting humiliated by him. That's all I can say. But anyway, I'm going to try and play a good game. He's often in a winning position in the end. Basically, very very good player. Often in a winning position. I'm going to try bishop d3. This is a bit of a surprise move, bishop d3. I'm hoping he's giving me a little bit of fun here compared to the other lines, if you know what I mean. Oh, sorry, I think I just had a disconnection. Sorry. Should I try rematching from... I wonder if we can get a position to carry on from here. Should I just try rematch? So I'll... with the white pieces. I wonder if we can... Can I set... is it advanced option? The colour? I wonder if I can go... I wonder if we can recreate this. Can we just to see what would happen there? Should we try and recreate the moves? So we had this position. This is a bit of a theoretical discussion. No, okay, I'm going to rematch her after this disconnection. So he played knight f6. I played bishop d3, which I have used before. He took... If we can just recreate the moves, that'd be cool. I don't know if he's going for this. And I think I played knight f3, and he played d5. I was pondering about e5 at the time. I seem to have the game in double over here. I don't know what I've done here. Oh, it's a bit disturbing. Okay, after this game I'll try and do something about that. I seem to have two windows for the same game. Okay. I'll try and overprotect e5. That's my main thing to do, I think, for the moment. There's a possibility of a Greek gift if he castled. That's why I think I might have the edge here, even though I'm a pawn down. It's almost like an overprotection gambit. Let's see if I can create some threats here as well on the c file. So I think Nimzovich once, you know, he had some ideas for like sacrificing a pawn sometimes for overprotection of e5. But yeah, after this game, I'm going to try closing my duplicate window. It's a bit disturbing. Okay, h6. h6 looks possible. h6 looks possible. Yes, unfortunately. Right, can I go in for queen g7? Or is that a bad idea? Queen g7. Does he want to castle queenside? Yeah. Try and open up the c file then. On queen g7, it's not really that convincing. Queen g7. I think he's tied down to c5 here for the moment. Let's hold e5 again. Queen g7. I could try it. I don't know. See, there's a rook tied down. Or am I just going into a self pin? Rook f8, knight takes, rook g8, king 8, queen h6, rook h8. I'm just going into a silly self pin, but it is overprotecting e5 from g7. Alright, he's going to trap my queen while I play that. There is queen f6, you know, for this check. That's an interesting idea. But maybe he plays... no, if he plays rook f8, there's bishop g6. I'm going to play this crazy... Here, try and get this discovered check. Yeah, maybe he thought it was like a mouse slip. If you can play moves which look like mouse slips, I think that's a good idea. I know. Okay. It did look like a mouse slip. But I think it's okay. Oh, maybe it's not okay. Okay. Oh boy, it's not okay, is it? Hang on, his queen's hanging. It's okay. If takes, it's okay. And then e8. Takes e8 after. I believe this is... I've in a bit of luck here. In with a bit of luck, I believe. If he takes... I can take it threatening to queen. Now this is dangerous. I should maybe take this bishop out on the first opportunity. Maybe knight g6 instead of rook e7 though. There's pieces hanging everywhere. I'll go with this, I think. It means I can potentially double rooks. I can get the knight out. Maybe I should get the knight out. I don't know if that's asking for trouble. Actually, I could have played knight g6. I know. I think knight g6 was plausible. I've got to close this duplicate window. Okay, thanks. I've got to close this annoying duplicate window. All right. Okay. Okay, a bit of luck there. I spotted Queen F6. It's good if you can do a move that looks like a mouse flip. It's a great disguise for a move. No, honestly, I did that intentionally. You might not believe it. I saw it. I saw the idea. Maybe I didn't consciously say it. I did see the idea. You see, Nimzovich was right about overprotection. You see, if you overprotect E5, you're eyeing a lot of stuff behind E5. I think that was one of the more subtle points of Nimzovich, overprotection. It's all the points behind. If it's a central square like E5, yeah, I think it makes sense. So we're going to have another Smith-Morra Gambit test. You guys are very brave. You know, in the recent St. Louis Blitz, no one dared play, well, until later, giving Kasparov the open Sicilian. No one dared. They're all chicken, weren't they? Chickens. But there's no chickens here today. Huh? Playing the Morris Smith. Accepting the Gambit. Okay. F6. Did you know Tigran Petrosian? F6 reminds me of a story. Did you know Tigran Petrosian has a massive plus score against the Dutch defence? I feel like I need to review all those games at some point, just to see, because the Dutch defence creates weaknesses, so he's really good when people create weaknesses, and that's why I bring this up. I feel I've got to analyse more some Tigran Petrosian games, because we have the luxury, we can skip all his draws, because he had a lot of draws, but we can just look at his wins. So that's a great luxury I think we take for granted. If you want to analyse a great player, we're skipping the draws. It's a great time to do that. Okay. So let's see. Knight. Yeah, I'm probing E6. So I like the position. I can't put my finger on it totally. Why? Actually, no, I can now. F5. There's a pinned pawn. I want this for knight b6 to take out c8 to make this pin more painful. F4, F5. So being able to take out c8 is a very useful feature here. So F5, take out c8. I can switch a rook across the third rank for a naughty business maneuver. Gain a key tempo here for naughty business. Queen h5 and rook h3. F5, there'll be a queen sack possible. Queen takes rook h3 mating. If I can slice open this diagonal. So let's see how this works. Takes queen h5. That's really annoying, I gotta say. Nevertheless, I've got my diagonal sliced open. I just need queen h5 and queen h7. There's knight e5 as well. Do I have to lose two exchanges? Oh! Now that's too much. That's too much. I really needed that. Oh, I needed that. I needed that rook. There's no way of defending the rook, it seems. Okay. I have to go in. I have to keep a rook on the boards, so one rook has to be sacrificed. I need rook e3, queen h7. I hope he's not listening. This is my major cheapo in the position. Yep, thank you for not listening. I'm sorry. This is the one I wanted. This is the one I was going for. I know. It's not smooth. If Maurice Ashley was here, he would say it's not smooth. I'd say yes, Maurice. It wasn't smooth. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I only meant to lose word exchange, not both rooks. One rook was fine, but two was too much. Anyway, that reminds me of a famous Mikhail Tal expression, which you may not have heard before. He aims to sacrifice his queen, then his rook, then a bishop, then knights, then pawns. It's in that order. That's his major thinking algorithm, from one of his quotations. But he's much sounder actually than people seem to think. He's very sound usually. You would have to be a supercomputer to refute Tal usually. Or Cautionley. Cautionley had a good record against Tal. So I don't like annotating those games. I don't think they went down very well. It's nicer than when Tal gets away with it. Boy. Don't tell me. Is e5 possible now? Maybe I can say that. I don't like my bishop being removed. a4, a3. Actually, there are loads of great Tal quotations, like the one about the forest and the path only big enough for two people or something. Well, there's lots, isn't there? There are correct sacrifices and then there are mine. Okay, so there's a lot of great Tal quotes. But, I don't know, he was a bit of a heavy smoker. I don't know, there wasn't such a health regime as nowadays. I don't know, drinking and I don't know, some of the greats, there wasn't the health craze we got today. So let's see, bishop e6, queen takes b5, gives me a bit of, I don't know, does he want an open road to the king? That's another Tal quotation. Don't give Tal an open road to your king, otherwise you're in trouble. So anyway, if I treble on c2 here, how is c2 protect? Oh, rook h2. Yeah, interesting. All right, b3. I'm going to try and blast down this c file. Okay, I'm blasting down the. Am I? A file. The problem with this position, every time I take, I'm giving a resource across the second rank, a defensive resource. So in other words, I should probably only play this at the right time. So if I build up on the A file first and then AB, I'm giving that defensive resource. But there's bishop b3, I think, after. So assuming I can double, then AB, CB, protecting A2, bishop b3. Knight b4, queen b4, I'm holding the rook. F5, AB. I'll be mating after you took there. Queen a2, king c1, queen a1, mating. So I think this looks mega dangerous. This position here, I think it looks mega dangerous. He can defend laterally. In fact, rook d3 doesn't help because that one's defending. But bishop b3 here looks the more dangerous. Yeah, that sneaky rook on h2 trying to defend. So check, check, knight b2, rook b2, king d3, rook d2. Okay, here there's bishop c2 interference move. King a1, there's b3. Oh, it's check, but it doesn't matter. I think bishop c2 or just taking on d1. Queen takes, then b3. Then if knight b3. All right, what's like incisive here? I'm thinking taking the exchange is a no-brainer, as they say. I'm thinking it might be. That's difficult to say in chess, actually, the no-brainer. It's difficult. It's such a complicated game. But I'm wondering, b3, knight b3. Maybe just the central move. You know, central moves carry a lot of threats. Queen e4. They often carry a lot of threats. Yeah, I was revising one of my most discussed videos the other day, called like "Don't Calculate Anything," which caused a bit of a stir. But actually, I did notice something I didn't mention in the original video from revising it, which was Coulson's move, as well as not allowing counterplay, was also a central queen move. That's why I'm bringing this up. The central queen moves, they carry more threats or defensive possibilities than other moves. So you had this choice of a queen like b5 or a queen something like d6. But it was the central move. Even intuitively, you can feel that the central moves are going to be more positive usually for generating threats. Now here, I mean, b3 looks very dangerous. Very dangerous, because that central queen, yeah, is eyeing a lot of stuff. A pin here. Now this rook c2 looks good. Oh, well, queen c4. All right, thanks for the game as well, Mr. Schilling. So, talking about Kasparov last week, he came back. That was really cool to see Kasparov back. So, that King's Indian from last week. Now, there was something I thought really suspect about the Caracan we had 2-3 weeks ago. Because I've been revising some Magnus Carlsen games. There was an early Magnus Carlsen game against Thomas Ernst. Magnus Carlsen was about 13, and he did play like this. And one of the points which I kind of missed, I believe I missed. So we have this line in Carlsen Ernst when Ernst is about 13. And Magnus played knight e5 to g6. He activated his rook without any g-pawn sack, just playing this. Then he sacked his rook. There was loads of sacks after. And it was brilliant. I want to try and recreate that. So how can we recreate that? So the rook doesn't need to move. Let's see. I think he did actually clear one pair of knights. Then he played knight e5 to g6. This is a classic template plan, if you can get it. It doesn't involve sacking g-pawn. You see, I have a problem with one of his wins a few weeks ago there. I lost the g-pawn and he munched me to death. But it shouldn't have happened like that. I believe it shouldn't have happened like that. There's good template games from this position. If Black Castle's kingside, knight e5 to g6. I'm hoping he's not listening to this. This is mega tactics. You activate the rook, crash through on e6, start sacking things. So this is my stem game idea. But is d4 vulnerable? He's thinking here. I might need to defend d3 first. Alright, that's a nuisance. Does he want the queen check to e4? Maybe he does. I want the queens on. Alright, it's taken a real different route of its own this game. I'll play knight. No, I'm not. I don't know if I want rook e3. F takes looks more stable for the pawns, but then c5 after. d5, he can actually nick my c pawn. Maybe this is, as long as there's no bishop g5. I'm hoping. Hold on. I'm going to give him this h pawn and stop bishop g5. So I want to be able to play f4. Yeah, he's looking at my d1 rook with tactical gaze. If I ever play f4, it's uncomfortable, isn't it? Because of this gaze. I'm thinking f4, g4. Queen f6, g5, trying to open up lines. Is that going to happen though? Because tactically I could get blasted. There's some liabilities here. Don't think I want to lose the knight. Isn't there rook e5? Yeah. I don't really want to get mated. Wonder if I can afford queen. A queen move anytime soon? Second g3. Is there a possibility of b5? Oh, okay. I've got 3-2 there. Oh, I can take on f4. Rook's behind pawns. pawns down. I think I have to keep things connected. Oh. I think it's pre-move time. If I can... I don't know what I can do here, though. I'm just dropping all the pawns, aren't I? Oh! That's kind of annoying, losing all the pawns. Any cheapos? Playing for tricks, as they say? Any stalemate? Nope, I don't think so. I think he's got me. Well played. Oh, that was a good tactic at the end in that endgame to win that pawn. Okay, Olaf. One of the pawns. Okay, hi Olaf. Whew. Smith more gambit. Alright, F5, Queen E2, F5, H3, H3. I think I need more pieces in better squares, probably, before any E5 or F5 happens. These guys, for example, let's avoid bishop H3. Let's try and improve the position a bit. I think the knight can come to F1 here. That is slightly weakening his pawn chain around the king. Maybe I could have taken that. Knight D4, I suppose. The time might be good soon for F5. The thing is with F5, the E5 square is yeah, it's too good, isn't it, for that knight? What about E5? Take away E5 and then F5. Let's probe the queen to cause a bit of panic there, or not, as the case may be. Okay, if I defend B2, he's isolated my pawn. I'm thinking E5 and F5, just to make sure he doesn't. You can't use that. It's like in a Benoni thematic move. Sometimes E5, then F5. Just trying to liberate my pieces and shut down his. So the pawn structure is the fundamental constraint of the pieces, according to well, in Simple Chess. There's a classic book, Simple Chess, so by Michael Steen, and so I'm hoping this bishop's good anyway. He's pinning for h4. That's annoying. Can't get out of that pin that easily. Maybe knight e5 is... Because if he moves the knight, there's knight d7. But there's knight g4 check here. This could get very, very nasty. For me, this could get very, very nasty for me. Yeah. He's simply using that pin. Bad news. This is bad news. I'll try this. Knight sack. Looks pretty bad. Maybe I should just step away from the diagonal. Instead of rook g3, because there's knight h5. If I just step away from the diagonal. This is not good. Not good. Maybe if I take in queen e6, it's optimistic if that happens. Grab this, knight e2, check. So I'll avoid that. Let's sort out the back row or something of this. Try and close in the bishop. It's really mate now. It's all over, I think. My back row's totally gone. Yeah. This is totally gone. There's something to do here. Anything 2 pieces for the queen. I'll probably get mated very quickly, but let's check this out for a moment. Alright, just winning the queen. I don't think there's any major cheapo. I'll play it. Okay. Lorena. Yeah, I don't know. Never got an attack there. I thought I'd get an attack, but that pin was nasty. Okay, can I take take on d8? Take on e5. Okay, I'll maybe stop b5 here. That's a good idea. Just wondering about this check. As long as there's no, I just want to cut the knight out of g4. So I think that's not too dangerous. I just have to let's see. Okay, I think I can take her f7. I can hit the bishop. Oh, I'll take that. Okay, I'll take that. Thanks, Lorena, thanks. Okay, Frami, SC. I've given up e3 for a moment because it's more adventurous. Let's play King's Gambit. Kasparov played this Bishop's Gambit in the Sunday, so that was fun. I'm hoping this is okay. There's a lot of central pawn tension here. The check is not without too much bite, I hope, because that pawn on e4. So if I can play knight. Let's see, how do I want to develop the pieces? Maybe knight to f4 now. Then d5 is threatened. So it's sort of developing with some threats, potentially. Oh, knight e6, bishop g4. That nice diagonal. I could wait for this, then that makes it much better. Knight e6 and bishop g4. Oh, thanks for the game, Fremi. Okay. Funny nickname. Ale. Yes. Oh, funny nickname. Anyway, okay. Is he ready? Alright, might need to abort this one if he's not around. Maybe challenge later. The Henker. I hope that's not rude. When I say it, I was a bit worried. Let's not lose the bishop immediately with Queen e2, c4. Maybe there's this. Let's try and shut down this b7 bishop. Okay. I don't want to win a pawn or try and win a pawn or anything. I just want to play for a nice position. So bishop b2 for e5 looks pretty logical to me. Maybe he can play knight e5, and if I takes, it's on my rook. Yeah, that's a bit of a pain, isn't it? Oh well. Actually, my h2 is dropping. That's also not entirely. It wasn't entirely planned. Let's kick this bishop away. As it turns out, I think this is okay if I can play e5 and d6 potentially. Let me play bishop d4. Okay, let's get rid of this guy. His bishop here is giving me optimism for the position. So queen g3, knight h4 to f5. This looks like a reasonable plan. Essentially giving up the e5 square, but I want to open up this bishop. Maybe it wasn't worth it. Alright, I'll just squeeze here. I can wriggle the bishop around, maybe, and then knight g6 or something. Or arrange this sort of, thing. Queen g4, rook e3, rook g3. Bring the other one in. f3, h3, then knight g6 after. That sort of thing. There's a pin there, though. I have to assess this pin on queen g4 and g6. So maybe I'll do the rook moves prior to the queen move. I don't want that pin necessarily. Right now, yeah, I could risk g6. I'll put a stop to a4. Well, it's going to play bishop d7. And bring this other rook to g3 and then knight g6. knight g6 looks pretty ripe. Although my back row is an issue. Does knight g6 do anything? Let me find out. Queen could come in. Maybe. Oh, should take when you get this queen at e2. Probably I haven't achieved anything. Yeah, the rooks seem a bit out of it. I don't think I've achieved anything here, unfortunately. King takes as takes, but he takes with the rook there. Or he goes to my king. There's no immediate mate threat, I think. So can I not just play knight e6? Oh, there's the threat on my queen, I see. Yeah. Alright. Rook d2, I'm having Queen g1, king can move. Rook a2, rook d2. Possibly, maybe king g3 is an idea. And I'm not sure. Yeah, I think king g3. Is fairly. I'm hoping it's safe enough. Okay. This is getting silly. No, this rook seems totally misplaced. Can I play queen? Oh, I hit the queen. Now queen h5. Right. Try and keep queens on. The G file. Oh, cheapoed, I'm afraid, with 30 seconds. Yeah, it gets a bit too much. You just got 30 seconds. And okay, Feng's a bit lucky there. Pesho. Yeah, I think I had misplaced rooks, basically. I think if it was a longer game, I wouldn't play so. I would hope I wouldn't play so risky. Rooks were misplaced really badly, which reminds me of a little story, actually. Plaskett, right? The year before he won the British Championship, he did a lot of attacks with his pieces decentralized. And the next year, I think he learnt his lesson and he won the British Championship. So that's my little story. The centre's really good to have control over. You can be influenced by the lure of attacks, and maybe I should have been punished there. Decentralizing, but I got a bit lucky there. Maybe d6 for queen e2. In fact, you know, queen e2 here, change the move order, because there he's got king f8, but here I have d6. Oh no, but he's got queen e7. It's not so easy, is it? So it's fascinating. d6, d7, check, king f8. What am I thinking? Okay, I should really move. I mean, it's only a 5-minute game. It would be nice to see all the various move orders here for how this could be exploited, but the clock's ticking. The clock is ticking. I'll go with d6. I'm going to go with this because I think at minimum it promises to interfere with natural castling. At minimum, if I set a minimum threshold for like the motive behind this move, but it's only king f8. It's no big deal. Bishop g7 check, king f8. It's no big deal. I mean, one wants to play as effectively as possible, but okay, there's a loose rook on here now, and I can use that pin. Actually, the check that I mentioned before, it's quite dangerous here. The king hasn't got f8 here. It's blocked. Yeah, I've just noticed. Okay, I think this is good news. Oh boy. Okay, threatening knight d5 now. Okay, I think there's bishop c4 coming. d5. Bishop c4. Now the rook's point. Bishop c4. And yeah, I think yeah. There's g4 potentially, friends. We can take that. G4 here looks. I'm going to do this just to try and avoid bishop g2 and play for knight c7. Which should be an advantage, I think. That's an knight f3 and okay. Let's see if I can play rook d5 here. Oh, that's checkmate. Okay, thanks. Pleasure. Lord Iffy. Is Lord Iffy ready? I got my Kenko here. Kenko Riches. Pretty cool. I'm not sponsored by them yet. Maybe I should apply for sponsorship. I keep mentioning them. Okay, we'll go on to the next challenge. Oh, this could be tricky. Okay. I better be on high alert here. This could be tricky. His bullet's not that bad either. 2659. I'm not sure he's ready. Okay. Oh well. Look forward to that. Okay, maybe another time. Malt's coat. Is anyone ready? Is anyone ready? No one's ready to. I don't know. Is there a system problem? Should I be waiting like 30 seconds or? Oh, okay. Okay. Here we go. I noticed one of the Kasparov Blitz games, he played with knight f6 instead of e6 and knight g7. I mean, it was a different game, but it was just interesting anyway. Against Caruana, I thought his plan. Well, maybe it was pretty bog standard. I think yeah, the rook b1 from Caruana. He played b6 instead of b5 plan. And if you want the details, I did a before this session. I was looking at Caruana against Kasparov in Blitz. If you want to check the Kingscrusher channel on that for more details. But yeah, it was interesting plan, I thought, by Kasparov. Just b6 instead of going for b5. So let's see. I've locked down the backward pawn's been locked down basically. It's good to torture the backward pawns generally. So queen b6, bishop b7. I know chess is a very cruel game. Picking on backward pawns doesn't seem very PC, does it? So okay, but that's what you got to do. Pick on little backward pawns, I'm afraid. So bishop b7. I'm going to try and torture c2. Sorry, have I got any challenges from non-premium? I'll clear them just in case there's any accident. Decline here. Yeah, I decline here in advance. I don't want any. How many non-premiums have I played? Sorry, have I played non-premiums? Oh, I hope not. Sorry, you should really be a premium member to play me on this session. Help support Chess24, which is a great site. Okay, if I double the rooks and then maybe... Oh, okay. I wanted to double the rooks. Maybe treble after. This looks like a classic lockdown. This is also a dislocated pawn here. Forget the backward pawn. There's what I call kind of disconnected pawn or dislocated. It's an easy target. In fact, I think it's going to drop off. The problem with trebling, I lose b4, and that calls me to think about something else. Hence this. It's pretty locked down backward pawn, but I can't treble yet. No, b4 is the issue. I remember once on TV this Kasparov game. I'm so happy he played in that tournament. There was this Kasparov game on TV. He didn't take, I think, Lebojevich's backward d6 pawn. He just improved his position and won anyway. But yeah, I think he was more interested in improving the position. Sometimes in taking a pawn, because it can hem in the opponent's pieces anyway. I'm hoping this is just a good controlled play at the moment. If I can control, just reduce the opponent's counterplay somehow. How would I do that? Maybe h5 is good to dissuade. Might encourage g4. Never know. No, g4 takes. There's rook g5. Just to try and lock down pawns is one little default plan towards the endgame. If you can lock down pawns. Okay, I'm going to take that. En passant. In passing. Yeah, I did take control of the g4 square earlier. Thanks for the game, Maltco. Okay. I'm panicking already. I'll play d4 in a panic. My opponent's going to be pretty tough. I'm not resorting to one e3. I don't want to be that boring. It's this trendy way of playing the London system. What I call Magnus Carlsen's secret move order. Top secret move order for the London system. Where? Okay. Which is getting trendy, I think. There's been some DVDs on London system and stuff recently. Now I can't play this. So I've kept that torturous London system bishop on f4, but this one's going. No, get him to take. I don't want to give the opponent dynamic pressure unnecessarily. Maybe I can't do that. What's happening here? One thing that could be interesting is trying to take this off with the knight. But the problem is bishop takes, he's got knight takes. Is that a problem? It is a problem. And this HG after. Bishop e4 hits the bishop. Knight takes, he takes on e4. Does it matter, I wonder, if on knight f4 he took, I could take, and I'm ready for c5. So I'll go with this route. As long as there's no knight d4 here. Just wondering if the tactical motive for queen a5. If I get him to take, it slightly improves my position. To take his mistake there's a video on YouTube by this Grandmaster Smirnov, and sometimes he's right that you can get the opponent to take and you get a small bit of something which you wouldn't have. And okay, usually, let's see, I've got that knight on d3. I haven't given him dynamic pressure too much. Let's try and keep that closed. Possibly given him the f5 square. Oh well. Can't have everything. Knight f5, queen f5. 4, I hope, is plausible. My knights can be kicked, possibly. I'm unclear. I need to know where he's castling, really. Can I kick this guy out? He's got a nice blockade. Now, can I probe this? See what he does? Yeah. Yeah, he's got a nice blockade. In fact, maybe I should have played h4. I don't like this h4. My queen's tied down now. This is not ideal, but I don't like h4 sometimes. There are some swings and roundabouts here, I think. Maybe knight g6, rook e6. I've got that in mind, but not here. I think that knight's holding everything together. Anytime I play b3, c3 is weakened. Can I just protect h3 for a moment? I mean h4. Let's leave my queen of duty. And it's not going for a minority attack then. It looks pretty solid blockade on the surface. It's what's behind the surface I'm interested in. Possibly. There's a rook e6, but knight e6, but knight d8. I took, takes, take. This is what I mean. I'm interested in what's behind the surface. There's rook e6 here. On rook takes. Does he play takes like this? Maybe there's rook e5, rook b5. This might give me something. He hasn't used that minority attack. Oh, no. I think I should have played rook b5. I can't play here just to get into the position, otherwise there's going to be nothing. Try and win one of these pawns. I think I have to do that. Maybe as a pin, probably rook a5 was better. And put some pressure. a4 coming up. Alright, improve my king, I think. There's a rook on the 7th. I think a4 is still, well, it's handy here, but he's doubling. Hang on, he's doubling. I get a move here with rook b5, rook b8 to swap a pair of rooks off. or not. Rook b8. Need to swap pair of rooks off. Get another pawn. Got my king aggressive. For any mate. On the pass pawn. I thought I was getting mated. I thought I was getting mated there. Let's try and not get mated. It will be funny if I got mated. For my opponent, I would not be very happy though if I got mated. I had this vision I was getting mated. I thought, hold on. Okay. All right. Thanks for the game. Okay. Okay. Chessy. Oh boy. Okay. Let's try King's Indian now. No, we could have a London system. That's great. This London system's all the rage. I love it. I don't know. I think this is. I don't know if this is the exact position. We should play this. I don't know. Probably not. He hasn't moved the knight. This is why. This is all the rage. This not moving the knight business. It's all the rage. He avoids the bishop f5 stuff. Yeah. Batten down against e4, I think. I don't want my pawn structure dismantled too quickly. It's a 3-minute game. We've got a 3-minute game here. I just realised it's good to note it's only a 3-minute game. b5, b4. h6 to stop any kingside naughty business. Maybe. Or slow it down if I play h6. I've got to be wary about bishop sack. There's clearly a few things to be wary of here already. You can play rook h3 to g3. I can play bishop f8 like Petrosian. Maybe. Can I try and keep things closed? G5, h5, h5, g5. Try and keep things closed, basically, in all circumstances. So rook b8, b4. Maybe bishop b6, castle queenside. Trying to think a bit like Petrosian. Castle queenside to try and grab the light squares, to try and get rid of the light square bishops. It's a Petrosian-esque type position. I don't want my queen trap necessarily. I mean, king in the center. Alright, good. f5 is a nice blockade square. Later. Queen's off. I could torture that backward pawn forever. Let's get the queens off and play like... Actually, there was a bot for that game with a slow b4. This looks lovely jubbly because there's nothing going on this side of the board, so I can cause structural damage without worrying on this side of the board too much, because it's locked down. Free hand on this side. It's caused a lot of structural damage. Well, when I say a lot, c3, but it's on the same rank as the king here. Or the backward b2 pawn, either will do. Let's get the pieces off. Torture c3 soon, I hope. Go into that b3 square. Get this bishop in there. And my king's got a4 to go to. I can put the bishop inside the position if it wasn't getting lost immediately. Pass pawn. Potentially that's handy. Except technically it loses the knight. Safety point. I take on c3 now. Alright. b2. Oh, I'm getting this one. This one runs. F6 plan. F5. Thanks, Jesse. This is a tough one. Nearly blundered my piece there. Papa, hi. Let's play this super trendy London system without knight f3. I know it's top secret. I did a top secret video about it. You don't play knight f3. It's a new way of playing it. It's definitely got an advantage because that was the old main line where bishop f5 is tactically possible because it takes queen b2, winning the rook. But that old main line's kind of avoided with this bishop f4. And we're going to test that here. Everything you want to know about the London system in this show today. The idea of encouraging c4 is basically to hit the pawn chain later to make d5 fragile. So if you can encourage c4, you want to later play e4, ed. That's the theme, I believe. Try and bring the exploitable base of the chain a bit more forward than what it is at the moment. You've got a whole chain from f7. If you have the chain from d5 later, then it's much better. Bishop d3 does c4. I think I can play knight f3 here. I'm worried about the bishop with knight h5. Maybe I think h3 is like a waste of time. There was another point to this, that this shouldn't have happened. Oh well. This shouldn't really have happened. Or he can win that bishop. But if he does so, I get a bit of dynamic play, I think. I hope. The c4 is not being played. As I say, it might mean that e4 later can break the chain more easily. Anytime I play e4 here, with that tension, he can always play cd. That's another point. So I really want him to release that tension in the position. Maybe he'd be attracted, because if I castle here, would he be attracted to play c4? Or here, c4. He can lock down, but he can weaken some dark squares in locking down. G5 drops off anyway. Finally, so this is what I mean. e4 is sometimes a good move, just to bring that pawn chain, shrink it, have the exploitable base here. If you can hit the base, then everything will drop from it. Let's see if I can prove this idea. So I want to hit this base with bishop f3 is the most natural, I think. Maybe knight c2 to e3 is in that same style. There's always g4. He's got g4 coming up. Unless that gives me like the f4 square. I think he wants to play g4 there, yeah. Oh, bishop g3, yeah, there's a tactic here, potentially. Got to be wary of this knight. Oh, I'm not sure about this. I think what takes for d5. This will bring the pawn chain a bit further to one pawn, actually, if this works. If I can get my piece back, then that pawn on c4 is very vulnerable. Actually, it's activating my rook anyway, this tactic. It's got some positional motive behind it. Activate the rook. Yeah, I mean, I think he has to be careful here. I don't want to lose that pawn necessarily. Can I? Not like that anyway. Knight takes b5. Bishop c4. Knight a5. D takes, bishop e3, and then knight takes. Maybe I have to. Okay. I do get this. I don't know, bishop versus knight. Sorry. Get rid of my backward island pawn. My rooks seem active on the d file. I can threaten a mating net. Bishop f7. If rook g8, rook h5. So rook g6 is threatening mate in 1. f4. Oh, that's easily parried. Shame. You can take on g3. I've got knight d3 winning the exchange. Oh, crikey. Missing this. I'm gone all night. This position's gone. It's a shame. Yeah. Yeah. Well played. That's a shame. I was getting excited there for a moment. I think one more game. I mean, because I had a 10-minute disconnect, so I think one more game. Okay, more gambit. Is he ready? I mean, this might have to be the last game. It's 2:10. I had at least, I think it was a few minutes disconnect, unfortunately. Alright. Okay. There is a line against the Mora Gambit if he wants to play it that I don't like. Which is D3. He does mean the Morris Smith Gambit, right? Nope, maybe not. I got this stuff. This reminds me of those short against Kasparov games. I think Kasparov played stuff like knight d7 to e5 later, and this b5, it looks a bit suspect of this knight sack for 3 pawns. I wonder if I need to be worried about that. Let's check it out. If it happens, it happens. Okay. Rook b8, bishop a8, b4 reminds me also Adams against Kasparov, where that was fun for Kasparov anyway. There's knight e5 to c4 potentially. There's also bishop a8 and b4 potentially. Losing this pawn, well, I think bishop a8 and b4, or knight e5 to c4 coming up. Maybe this one first, because a knight on c4 looks pretty dangerous. But also, I really want to play bishop a8 and b4. Does he want to take that? That could support the pawn later. I'm not sure he wants to take that off. Okay, did. Try to open up the b file somehow. That's going to be a nuisance knight if I can't encourage it out of the way. Let's see. Can I encourage this? Maybe with rook c8. If I play rook c8, then this pawn could be used. I think he could try and get the queens off and use this pawn. So somehow I've got to make this attack work. Am I not threatening takes and rook g2 if he takes? Yeah, no, I'm threatening yeah. I'm threatening even rook takes, maybe. Knight takes. I think this is a good position. I don't know. Well, at least I've got a threat, it seems. What is this about? What? don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, please tell me what this is about. I don't know. Huh? Okay, let's cover oh, challenges. The queen's holding the bishop. Yeah, okay, I'll hold that for a moment. Okay. What? Why can't I take that? Oh, knight d4. So there might be some naughty business going on. I'm playing for rook g2, bishop e4 if I play knight c5. So rook g2, bishop e4. Try and aim for that trick. Tricks are a better word than cheapo. Cheapo sounds a bit naughty. A trick. Trick conjures up magicians. It doesn't. Cheapo conjures up hustlers, I think. Okay, but anyway, let's get back to the game. So queen takes e5. With the trick, rook takes g2 in mind. My entry points are covered at the moment. Okay. Okay. There's another trick. Check. It's called check and winning bishop time. Okay, he hasn't got a dart square bishop, so that's good. My dart squares are better than maybe okay. Try and open up lines here. Well, there's rook g2. Rook g2. Right, it has got rook d8. I'm going to allow rook d8. Okay, he's got queen f7. This doesn't look clever, what I'm about to do. I can't refute it immediately, so I'll play it. I think there's rook g7. That's a bit scary. Okay. Okay, on that note, I don't know if I'm losing here after that. I did miss this light square attack. Okay, that was a tough opposition. I think average opposition was high this week. So I'm happy to win a few. And well played, everyone. So, okay, have a good rest of the weekend. See you next week. Thanks very much. Cheers then. Cheers then.